Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. हरिनाम संगीत माया की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।
प्रभु की जय।
रघुनंदन प्रभु की जय।
जय राधा कुंज बिहारी की, श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, ट्रांसलेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, ट्रांसलेंटल प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, ऑल assembled devotees की, निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंद। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हुकुम करोति वाचालं कृपहतमहं वन्दे श्री गुरु दीनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थांगतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षः सः भ्याभ्यान्तरं श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। हरे कृष्णा am I audible to the right? Inaudible? Hare I've seen Subara Prabhu 5 o'clock in the morning. Seeing him now, he is everywhere. Always in seva. Thank you. I was actually planning to sit here today and hear from Mahesh Prabhu. Huh? He might have gone back with them pressure. Yeah. So he was going to give lecture today, and I was supposed to come today. Yeah, from the yatra, but something happened. Krishna. My mother was not feeling well. I was not feeling well. Both they said, "We'll come little early back." And I got to know the train got delayed by 6 hours. My God, Krishna. Anyway, so that's Kartik Yatra. We had a wonderful Kartik Yatra, many of us. So I congratulate all the devotees who make it till Mayapur, even for a few days, some days. And I also congratulate all devotees who have gone to some other holy place, wherever it is, nearby, far by. In the month of Kartik Mass, you all have visited the temple of Shri Krishna. That's going to Vrindavan. And some benefit somewhere. Did you also go to Prabhuji was first yatra, and you went many times. Achha. Hare Krishna. How was your yatra, Prabhu? Super. Venkat Prabhu is very cool. Arvind Prabhu is the one who inspired Venkat Prabhu to come to Krishna consciousness. And Prabhuji has taken him to Mayapur to fulfill your work. Finished. No, it just begins. Right? We all inspire each other to go to dhams. Going to dham is very much part of our Krishna consciousness. Among the 6 processes mentioned in Upadeshamrita, if we all can refresh your Bhakti Shastri, one of the processes is going to dham. Very, very important, because dham gives us that direct connection of what we are reading. Right? And in this month of Kartika Mass, we are spending time discussing Krishna Leelas. Unlike philosophy in Bhagavad Gita or philosophy in Bhagavatam, we are spending more time on hearing the Leelas of Krishna in different parts. Especially Vrindavan. Kartika Mass is especially about Srimati Radharani and her worship. It's the month of Srimati Radharani. Right? There's so many pastimes happen in the brides. Of course, some people might think, why Krishna is doing pastimes every day, every moment for that matter. But Kartika Mass is special because this is the time when we hear for these pastimes, when we repeat these pastimes, it purifies us. If somebody is getting benefited by repeating this pastime, it's me. Today we are going to discuss about Bahulashmi, right? The appearance of Sri Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. How many here have gone to Vrindavan? Vrindavan ఎంతమంది వెళ్ళారు? ఎంతమంది వెళ్ళలేదు బృందావన్? కొంతమంది రెండు చేతులు ఎత్తున్నారు. ఓకే, అయితే మానసికంగా కాదు, శారీరకంగా ఎంతమంది బృందావన్ వెళ్ళారు? వెళ్ళారు కదా, చాలా మంది వెళ్ళారు. సో who did not go, please plan to go. These places, after taking birth in this Bharat Varsha, you should not miss. I was so ignorant. My Shiksha Guru first asked me, did you go to Vrindavan? I said yes. I said, really? No, because South Indians, we don't go to Vrindavan. Right? Huh?
Vrindavan guidance in place.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You know, I thought Vrindavan Gardens in Mysore. Right? There is this fountain gardens in Mysore. I thought that is Vrindavan. And the Shiksha Guru, he asked me, did you go to Vrindavan? I said, yes, I went to Vrindavan. How many times? My father took me when I was young. When I was grown up also, I went to Vrindavan. He was like, hey, this person is already gone to Vrindavan. Then I was looking, what is so special? Right? Then he, switched on the light bulb in my brain. Ayya, అది Vrindavan కాదు. Bible water fountain. That is not the Vrindavan garden. Actual Vrindavan is where Krishna appeared. Mathura, Vrindavan, Govardhan. So you can imagine who is speaking this pastime today sitting in front of you. The most unqualified fool is going to speak today about Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So last week we spoke. We'll continue from there. So last week His Grace Lilananda Prabhu was here, and he spoke about the glories of Kartik Mass. Yeah. But somebody recorded in a very transcendental way on the phone. He kept it portrait and then he kept it in landscape. Whole lecture I have to see like this. Anyway, but I still have to hear that. So before that week we were discussing about Govardhan Leela, right? Can you recollect why is Govardhan special? What is the most special aspect of Govardhan? Anybody?
Krishna and Radha in that place.
Radha and Krishna both meet in that place. Yes. How is it more special than Vrindavan or Barsana? There is always somebody looking at Krishna and Radha in other places. In Govardhan, nobody is looking. Govardhan is a place where both of them come together without any hesitation, without any reservation, without any fear. Of course, there is no fear in that place, but to add mellows, there is Jatila and Kutila always looking at Radharani, why are you going? Why are you looking here? So, in Govardhan, Jatila and Kutila don't exist. So, we also discussed how the pride of Indra was crushed by Govardhan. Crushed by Krishna lifting Govardhan. And we also discussed, if I remember, is Govardhan God or is he a devotee? Right? So what was the conclusion we came to? Is he God or a devotee? Both. Okay. But what is the most liked way of worship of Govardhan? When he is worshipped as a devotee, right? Because his avatar is to serve Krishna. He is Swayam Krishna, but he likes to be worshipped not like Krishna, but as a devotee of Krishna. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't like to be worshipped as Krishna. If somebody will go and tell, you are Krishna to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, Hari, what are you doing? Don't tell that. He'll run away from that. He will never like that. The same way, Govardhan also doesn't want to be recognized as Krishna, but Govardhan is Krishna. Govardhan is part of Krishna, which is landed from the spiritual world, onto the material world. And whole Govardhan is a personification of Krishna's love. And without Govardhan, Srimati Radharani would have not come to this material world. Because Govardhan came, Radharani came. Because Govardhan is a place where I can meet you, where we can have so many nice leelas, so many nice pastimes. Right? And in Upadeshamrita, which is a very, very elevated scripture, it is explained that among the holy places, among the most prime abodes of Supreme Lord, Vaikuntha is the highest. Because Supreme Lord is available there and everybody can worship Him. But more elevated than Vaikuntha is Mathura. Because Supreme Lord appears there, mercifully. And more elevated than Mathura is Vrindavan. No, before that Gokul. But that is where it is childhood pastimes. Am I right, Bhakti Shastra students? Yeah. So more elevated than Gokul is Vrindavan. And more elevated. Why Vrindavan? Because Krishna did a lot of his pastimes, killed a lot of demons, Yashoda Maya, Damodar Lila happened, and so many things happened in Vrindavan. And more elevated than Vrindavan is Govardhan. Because Govardhan is a place where Radha and Krishna would together come and do so many pastimes. God enjoys Govardhan. And Govardhan enjoys serving God. And more elevated in Govardhan than Govardhan is Radha. And that is the most prominent and most purest, most dearest place of Krishna. Right? Very difficult to conceive sometimes. What is so special? So I was thinking, should I tell the pastime of Radha Kund, by how Arishtasura was killed and then how Radha Kund got formed? Or should I tell the glories of Radha Kund first and then tell the story? So what should I do first? Everybody likes stories. Okay, I'll do a mix of it. Little here and little there. So, in 10th canto, 21st chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it's called Venu Gita. One of the most beautiful chapters, 20 verses. And in these 20 verses, Sukadeva Goswami explains what happens when Lord Krishna plays his flute. What is so special about it? Many people can play flutes, right? But there is something special when Krishna plays flute. The whole universe stops. There is nothing more melodious than Krishna playing his flute. Right? Krishna playing. The Supreme Personality of God, the cause of all causes, is playing flute. And how many ragas can he play flute in? Unlimited. And how many flutes does he have? Many. Not unlimited, many. There is a lecture given by His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu in Chopati. I heard this many years ago, I have not heard it recently, of the effect of different flutes that Krishna plays. I think probably discussed like 14 or 15 flutes. There is a different flute Krishna uses at different time of a day. You might be thinking, who supplies so many flutes? Krishna just remembers that the flute comes to his hand. Right? And there is a raga of different times that he plays, and different cows like different ragas of Krishna. So in Venu Gita, it is explained that how the whole living entities are affected, when Krishna plays, like including birds. When Krishna is playing on Govardhan, it is all about Govardhan. Krishna is playing flute in Govardhan. When he plays that flute, birds are completely stunned. They start crying. Birds start crying, right? And they start crying so much, hearing to the flute of Krishna, that the tears fall on the ground and they make a small pool. And because of the slipperiness of the water of the tears that falls on the branch and the trance that the birds get into, their legs slip and they fall into that pool. And because the pool is there, they don't get hurt. Very difficult to conceive. And the birds are complaining that we are chasing you, Krishna, and you are chasing the cows. So birds are saying, Krishna, next life, there is a next life, I want to become a cow. Because you will chase me. You will hurt me. I have to here run behind you, If I become a cow, you will run behind me and I'll have more access to you. Like that birds are. Huh? And when Krishna, this is one shloka in Venugita. One shloka is what I just told. Whatever I told now, this is one of the shloka. Actually, it's a very good meditation. You can read all the 20 verses of Venugita. Then one more shloka is where Sukadeva Goswami explains about Devatas. When Devatas hear the pastimes of the flute of Krishna, so there are goddesses and there are gods. Gods start dancing, all the Devatas, they start dancing. And all the ladies in the Devatas, they become so much, affected with the flute that they tie their hair very tightly. Normally, there are suras and asuras. Suras means Devatas. Asuras means Rakshasas, right? So, suras, ladies among the Devatas, they tie their hair tightly. And Asura women, they leave their hair open. That is how you recognize the woman is an Asura or Asura. Yeah, because that kind of effect comes out when you open your hair. But Kali Yuga progressing, that is more famous hairstyle than tying the hair. Yeah. So hair is tight because hair actually attracts sins. It is explained, Garuda Puran says that hair attracts sins. So you should always tie your hair tightly. If you leave your hair, it will attract a lot of negative energies. Yeah. That's the reason when you go to Smashan also, first of all, ladies are not allowed to go to Smashan. They're not allowed, they're not advised to go to Smashan. But even if you go, you have to cover your hair or tie it tightly. Because all these ghostly creatures will enter your hair. And then your hair will become like, big, attracting all the sins, bringing them to the house. That's why it's always advised. In our culture, always tie the hair or cover the hair. Anyway, today's class is not about hairstyle. So, Devatas, the women, they are tying the hair and there is flowers in those hair. And as soon as they hear the Venugita, their hair loosens up. And these flowers slip from their hair and fall down. And so you can see Krishna is playing flute, so many flowers are falling from the sky. It's intentionally throwing flowers and unintentionally flowers are also coming down. From their hair, they are falling off. So it's told that Venugita liberates a bound soul by unbinding him and becomes liberated. So the bound hair is becoming unbound by Venugita. That also is explained. Acharya explained. And it is explained about deers. There is a verse about deers. How deers, how they react when Venugita is being played. Is that deers are so happy. They jump and they are like. But male deers do that, but female deers are very scary. Female deers normally don't come out. Female deers always stay within. But when Krishna plays his flute, female deers are tempted to come out and try to find Krishna. But they don't go forward. They are scared also, they want to go also. They are scared also, they want to go towards Krishna also. It's a very weird situation. The male deers, what they do, they see their female deers and they go and push them from behind. Go forward, go forward. Krishna is playing flute, you like that flute, why don't you go forward? Female deers say, no, I don't want to go, but I want to go. And male deers say, go, they are pushing with their heads. This is seen by the gopis, and gopis are praying that wish our husbands were like male deers. Because we want to go towards Krishna, but our husbands are like, why are you going? When are you going to come back? For what are you going? But look at the deers' husbands. They are nicely pushing them towards Krishna. So deers are having a fun time, and gopis are having a fun time looking at this whole thing, right? Cows and calves also are affected immensely. It is explained that when Krishna plays his flute, there is a tune that he brings all one set of cows back to the house. And there is another tune for little difficult cows to bring. And there is another tune for most difficult cows to bring. They are like stubborn cow. And I'll go, I'll keep eating grass. I'm not going to come now. For that, Krishna plays a special tune. And finally, when all the tunes get over, then Krishna shouts the names of the cows. Come, you come now. Subal, you come now. You come now. So Krishna knows the names of all the 900,000 cows. Right? And which is the place from where he shouts the names in Vrindavan? Tirkadam. Right? The tree. How many have gone there? There's a beautiful tree in Vrindavan, Tirkadam. There he sits. And finally he plays the flute and like, you come, you come, you come, you come, you come. Finally shouts the names. And it is explained, some cows are so stubborn that even after calling names they don't come. Then Krishna personally goes and brings them. So you can see how personal relationship cows have with their caretakers. Very personal. It's far beyond our imagination. In my little endeavor to serve cows, I always say I can write a book on cows. But my book title will be How Not to Take Care of Cows. So I've done all the mistakes in the planet. How not to take care of cows. So I have seen, the cows are so personal. Once I donated some cows out, and one cow, Surabhi, she went to that place. She didn't eat for 2 weeks. She didn't eat. That farmer was calling me, "Hey Prabhu, your cow is not eating. It is not eating grass. I am keeping dana. Dana also it's not eating. Little it's touching and it's leaving. Very unlikely." And I know Surabhi, that she is a very good, not voracious eater, but she eats nicely. Then I told, okay, you bring her back. He was worried that she's not eating. Okay, you bring her back. After 2 weeks, we tried for 2 weeks. Then he said, but I want another cow. You give me one cow. Now I'm used to cow. I need another cow. I was not planning to give Vishaka, but then okay, let Surabhi come, let Vishaka go. So she came down in the farm, and then I made Vishaka board. Vishaka was very happy to go. I was not happy to go, but she was okay. And then she came down and she was restless. Surabhi was restless. I said, what is going on with her? She's normally not like that. Very, she's very, like calm, slow walking cow. She was restless. And immediately, I told, get some grass for her. She started eating like she never ate grass in her life. 2 weeks, she didn't eat anything. Eating, and then get dana also. We got one big, it was soaked for some other cow. So bring it. She started eating the entire dana, she finished. And I said, get one more cow's dana also. We got that also. She ate so much that day. Because, can you imagine not eating for 2 weeks? And after eating all that, she looked at me like this. I said, okay, I'm sorry. Cows are like that. They are very particular, and you have to be very careful taking care of cows. I would suggest, don't start taking care of cows if you really don't have time to take care of cows. That's my lesson I learned. Hard lesson I learned. I reduced the number to such a point that now things are little in my control. I can take care of them. And still I would say that I'm really not taking care of it because I'm not there. And I'm depending on somebody else to take care of it. But every week I go. Rain or shine, I have to be there. Give my attendance. Present sir, present madam. I'm there. So cows are so personal. And Krishna loves cows because each cow is so personal with Krishna. Each cow does it tantrums also with Krishna. Right? We call the tantrums, right? Nagara. Yeah, cows do all that. They love Krishna so much. So cow, when the best position that you can see a cow, the most loving position Acharya explains, when cow is feeding the calf. On one side, cow is eating its dana or its grass, on the other side, the calf is drinking its milk. So in Venu Gita, it is explained that cow is eating the grass and is very focused on eating the grass, and calf is very focused on drinking the milk. Both the things are happening. And normally at that time, if you go and move the calf, the cow becomes very angry. And the calf also doesn't come. You literally have to pull the calf when it is drinking the milk. It's very difficult to do that. Sometimes when people milk, it's a very difficult scene that we see. They literally pull the calf away because it doesn't want to stop. Hare Krishna. So this cow, when it is eating the grass and Krishna plays the flute, Venugita explains, the cow stops eating grass and it suddenly forgets what is in its mouth. I don't know if it happened with any time that you're eating, then you realize, what am I eating? It's a total confused state, right? Total confused state. So sometimes cow, when it hears the Venugita of Krishna, it forgets what it is eating. And then it starts like this, what am I eating? Is it grass? And then she is so much engrossed in, in remembering Krishna in the Venugita. And Krishna is, playing the flute, and the calf is busy sucking the milk. You can see that's a beautiful scene. Even now you can see the most pure love, where the calf is sucking the milk of its mother. Top, it hits the stomach. It doesn't come. Again it pulls it down. Right? At that time it is explained, when the calf hears the Venugita, it stops the milk in its mouth, which is highly unlikely. A calf never stops the milk in the mouth. If it drinks, it drinks. You understand what I'm saying? It just swallows. It doesn't keep in the mouth. But when Krishna's flute plays, calf sucks the milk and it holds. And cow is wondering, what are you doing? and the milk is in its mouth and it's slowly sipping it, but it is more engrossed hearing the Venugita. It is like that. Right? So all these beautiful pastimes happen in Venugita, and Venugita chapter also talks about Govardhan. Among the 20 verses, all the verses are about one kind of reaction by one living entity. But one of the verses talks about Govardhan. How much Govardhan is glorified. That Govardhan is the place where all these pastimes happen between Radha and Krishna. Normally, in our elevation of our consciousness, towards Bhakti, the first stage is what? The 9th process. Shraddha, then Sadhu Sangha, then Bhajana Kriya, right? Then Anartha Nivritti, like that. Then it goes all the way, finally to Prema, right? So, it is explained, the first stage is to glorify the God. We should start glorifying God. Glorifying God means look at the form of God and be very happy seeing that form. This time when I went to Yatra, I want to share this, that I had this question. I think I shared with Prabhuji. I had this weird question that, before going to Yatra, I was praying so much that I'm chanting, oh Krishna, oh Lord Chaitanya, will you allow me to come to your Dham? I'm going through this, I'm going through that, everybody is going through so many problems. Oh, where is that shelter? Publicly I don't tell, my stupid whatever devotion I have, but we get emotional sometimes, right? You get emotional and so much you start thinking about God. So I was thinking that, this time when I go to Mayapur, I will look at Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but immediately, nothing happened. I said, what's going on? Right? I can't fake it. In front of God, I can't fake it. So I went to Panchatattva. First I went to Panchatattva. I was standing in front of Mahaprabhu. Then I cleaned my glasses. I'm not feeling anything. I'm just looking at God. All this while I was chanting, all this while I was, I don't know, whatever, crying or whatever name you give it. But now standing in front of him, I'm not feeling anything. So then I start thinking, what is going on here? Did I do any offense? That he is not giving his darshan to me? Or did I ever have any devotion? Or I was just imagining something in the name of devotion? Did I ever have any connection? I mean, standing in front of God, did I ever have any connection? Like that, I started thinking. Right? Should I share this yatra village?
Yes.
I was not planning to share. Suddenly it came. So I was totally confused. I stood there and I was like, why did I come to Maya? There is no connection on this. The deities are meant of me. So I kept that question. And then something's happened in everybody's life, something's happened. And then you start taking shelter of Krishna, and then you start thinking, why it happened to me? Why it happened now? Why did it happen like this? And some fears also come inside. Fear is one of the emotions. Fear comes inside. So I was thinking, when some fear comes, I forget God. I got a question, standing in front of deities, I got a question that when I'm fearful, I'm forgetting you. Then I'm thinking that, maybe I didn't understand the philosophy properly. That is the reason I'm still being fearful. Are you all following me? Some kind of thought started coming inside. Is Krishna planning all these incidents in my life so I surrender to him fast? Or is Maya Devi planning all these incidents so that I can surrender to him fast? Or is it only my past karma which is coming back to me in the form of these incidents that I should surrender fast? But what is this fear that is I'm keeping in my mind? I read so much, I tell so much to others, but I myself am fearful. What is going on with me? Right? And now I have come here, keeping all that fear in my heart in front of Krishna, and there is no connection only. There is no darshan only. I am not feeling anything in front of the deities. So I drafted these questions immediately. I sent it to one of my Siksha gurus. He might have seen this question. So, see, I'll tell you how the Dham reveals. This is a very insignificant realization, but I'm just sharing with you. So, I had two questions. One, how to deal with fear when it's coming into you. And two, why is there no connection between me and the deities when I've come all the way to the Dham? It may not be your question. I don't know how many of you have this question, but I felt these questions. So next day morning, me and my mother, we were sitting in Pandal and we were having breakfast. There was a separate Pandal for Varishta Vaishnavas this time. Because 10,000 people, and people above 70, they need to be taken care separately. And people above 70 were more than 1,000. So there was separate Pandal kept for their prasad. So there was board there, Varishta Vaishnavas Pandal. And I was thinking, I'm not a Varishta Vaishnava, I'm a Varishta Vaishnava. Will they allow me this? So they went to the Pandal, they looked at my mother. Then I also kept my hand on her as if I take care of her. So okay, both can come inside. Anyway, so Varishta Vaishnava and Varishta Vaishnava went inside, I sat there. So beside me was Garganish Prabhu. Garganish Prabhu was having his breakfast. He looked at me, hey, Haribol Prabhu. I said, Hare Krishna Prabhu, he recognized me. So I said, can I come? Can I come and sit with you? He said, yes, please come. Maybe he didn't expect that I will ask questions. So I went and sat there. I asked the question, Prabhu, can I ask a question to you? He said, yes. But he also had to go, right? So quickly I had to ask. So Prabhu, there is no connection with the deities. Kya ho raha hai mere ko? I didn't ask the second question about fear, how to deal with fear. First one, Prabhu, connection nahi ho raha hai. I've come from Hyderabad. I'm standing in front of Radha Madhav. I'm standing in front of Mahaprabhu. But there is no connection. मेरे को वो emotion नहीं आ रहा है. Same, I used to get better emotion sitting in my house in Hyderabad while I'm chanting in front of the deities. But here I'm not feeling that. Please solve. How many want to know the answer? Yeah. Maybe it will help you also. I don't know. So Prabhuji told a beautiful thing. He said, Prabhuji, your problem is you are seeing that as a deity. Your problem is you are seeing Krishna as a deity. That is not a deity, Prabhu, that's Krishna. Why are you not thinking that you have come in front of Krishna? Why are you thinking you have come in front of a deity? And if you think that Krishna is greedy, then that is what you will see. Hare Krishna, that is right. Ek lapalana, Mayapurna. Yes, this is needed. This correction is needed. That is not God like that it is. That's Mahaprabhu standing there. Now talk to me. Mahaprabhu is saying, Chalo, talk to me. Let's speak to me. God is asking, talk to me. That's why they say when you go to Tirupati, especially when you go to Tirupati, you hardly get 3-4 seconds in front of the deities. Don't close your eyes. You don't need to close your eyes. Of course, naturally you will close your eyes. But then don't close. He wants to look at you. He wants you to look at him. Prabhuji told. Krishna wants you to see him. You have come to the Dham. Look at him. What are you standing there and complaining? Aansu nahi aa raha hai, mereko prayer nahi aa raha hai. Forget about all that. Take darshan of Krishna. You go in front of Mahaprabhu. You go in front of Panchatattva. Look at. Did you look at Panchatattva? I said, Prabhu, I looked at. No, you did not look at. What did you look at? Tell me. What are you looked at? Panchatattva. Yeah. Prabhu, I looked at. Did you look at how thick ankle bell he was wearing? Did you look at, the size of tilak? Did you look at his lips? Did you look at the garland that was, how many garlands were there? Did you look at the big cloth? The cloth was folded and kept on his shoulder. Did you look at Nityananda Prabhu's, garlands? Did you look at his lotus feet? Did you look at the pose in which he kept his legs? Did you look at the ankle bell set? Sorry, I was saying ankle bells here. I meant to say at the, right? At the feet. Did you look at this? Did you look at that? Did you look at the hairstyle of Nityananda Prabhu? Did you look at, Advaita Acharya? And did you look at the way he's standing? Did you look at the pose? Did you look at this? Did you look at that? Then I said, Prabhu, I did not look at it. He said, that is your problem. When you go in front of God, look at God. Because that is also a part of devotion. You should look at the Supreme Lord's beauty. Bhagavatam explains, look at from this lotus feet. First canto. Second canto is the lotus feet of Krishna. Then you go to his, feet, thighs, waist, navel, chest, neck, and finally the lotus face in the 10th canto. There is mukut, everything, 11th and 12th. Right? So there is a darshan that you are missing. Prabhu, you have done your prayers properly, and that is the reason Krishna allowed you to take his darshan. So you coming to Mayapur itself means that your prayers are answered. Now stand in Mayapur and don't think why I am not praying like that. You already done your prayers. Take his darshan. Take his darshan nicely. And satisfy yourself in his darshan. Because when you are closing your eyes, when you are breathing your last breath, you should remember that darshan of the Supreme Lord. Very good. I never thought like this. See, that is the beauty of senior devotee association. We should always look for opportunities to go and ask. Don't just dwell in yourself, putting your own conclusions. I could have concluded, I'm not a devotee. That is fake humility. That is not humility. Humility means go and ask. Prabhu, how am I supposed to make progress in Bhakti? When you ask this question, that's humility. You sit in a corner and say, I am not a Bhakta, I think I'm a Middle East, I'm just sitting in a corner. That is arrogance. Because you think you are something. Once one fellow went and told Prabhupada, I am the most fallen devotee. Prabhupada told, you are most nothing. You cannot be anything. How can you be most fallen? Right? You are most nothing, he told. Most fallen kaadu, most elevated kaadu. You are most nothing. Prabhupada knows how to completely smash the ego of anybody. Even thinking that you are the most fallen is ego only. So better go and ask. So because I asked Dwarkadish Prabhu, he beautifully told this. Now here the climax. I am telling you climax. So next day I went for Darshanarthi. One day I went, Prabhuji was also there. So before day. So I went there and this time I told, I am going to take up darshan today. My full focus on darshan. Right? So Bhagavatam class was happening. No, this is another arrogance. I should go and sit in the Bhagavatam class, ideally. But as I want to take darshan, I went, and first I went to Panchatattva. So Bhagavatam class was happening. I didn't hear, every day Bhagavatam class happens. So I didn't hear. I was looking at Panchatattva. Now I'm really looking at Panchatattva. Starting from the lotus feet, to his elbows, to his thighs, to his waist, to his navel, to his chest, to his neck, and the lotus face, and the beautiful hair of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga! So beautiful he was. And I was actually thinking, why was I not noticing all these things? He's so beautiful. His hands are so long, that he can hold the whole planet and take with him. And I was looking at Nityananda Prabhu, then I was looking at half an hour I stood there, half an hour. Just looking at the details. I didn't count that I was standing there for half an hour. But it happened half an hour. And then I said, okay, now let me go to Radha Madhav. Okay, I can't go to Lakshmi Narasimha because Bhagavatam class is happening here. In that whole area, everybody sits. I thought I will see Lakshmi Narasimha next, then I'll go to Radha Madhav. I went to Radha Madhav. And I was looking at Radha Madhav. Oh, Krishna, Radha Madhav Darshan in Mayapur. Anybody who looks at that Darshan of Radha Madhav and Ashtasakis, his heart is lost in Mayapur. People wear a shirt, right? Lost my heart in Vrindavan, lost my heart. So beautiful. And that day, some Bengali type sari was put to Radha Madhav. I was looking at Radha Madhav. And 20 minutes I was looking at all the Sakhis. Prabhuji told me how to look at it. Also look at all the Sakhis, what they are holding for Krishna and Radha. Look at them. I was looking at all of them. And then after looking at everything, then I realized that behind me a class is going on. I was not focusing at all. I was only just looking at it. And then one of my favorite speakers is giving the class. Rajvi Hari Prabhu. He is giving the class. Then should I turn back? Then I said, okay, let me finish the darshan, then I turn back. And just when I thought I'd turn back, Prabhuji said, okay, Hare Krishna, class is over, any questions? I said, okay, Bhagavatam class is over. I didn't attend the class. Maybe I'll hear the recording later. And I'm just looking at the details. Just imagine this scene. I'm looking at the details. Behind me, the class is going on. If you've gone to Mayapur, you'll understand what I'm speaking. Behind you, there is a big area and the class is going on. Then one person asked a question. I was finally finishing my section of Hare Krishna. Sorry about that. So now here is the thing. I'm just sharing this personal thing that happened. So I'm looking at Radha Madhav, and the Bhagavatam class is getting over. And Prabhuji said, you can ask a question. And the person who asked the question, you know what was his question? I don't know how to deal with fear. I didn't know who is asking. I'm still looking at Radha Madhav. Then I said, okay, so Krishna, you heard my question and you're going to answer that question. Rajvihari Prabhu is going to answer that question. I will imagine that you are answering from his mouth. I'm not going to turn back and hear the answer. I want to hear from you. I was so happy. It's something that you can't express. It's something that you can't explain. It's a personal thing. And looking at the deities, and I'm like, Krishna, you are speaking now. And Rajvihari Prabhu started answering the question. Exact question the way I wanted to ask. He also phrased the question like that. I don't know how to deal with fear and I hate to be in front of God with fear. What to do with this emotion of fear which I can't control? How to get rid of this emotion? Prabhu, please tell me. I want to understand how to deal with fear. And why is this fear coming? Is it a coincidence, bro? It can't be. How can it be? That exact very question that I was looking for an answer, Krishna himself is answering from his devotee in the Bhagavatam class. And I'm right there standing. And Prabhuji gave a beautiful answer. You want to hear the answer? Rajvihari Prabhu ki jai. He told, he gave a very short answer. He said, there are two kinds of people, Jnanis and Bhaktas. A jnani is detached with knowledge. Is detached with knowledge. He knows that I am not this body. I am the soul. He is not attached to anything related to the body. He becomes so much engrossed in knowledge that he has got nothing to do with the body now. So his wife will come and say, I am not the body, you are related to my body. Children also are not attached. And you look at God also, he'll feel I am not the body anyways. I am the soul, I am eternal. I am eternal. So he comes in front of Krishna also. There is no prayer in a jnani's heart. He comes just in front of, oh, you are the Paramatma, I am the Atma, you are eternal, I am eternal. I have understood that we both are eternal. Natvayam jatanasam, natvaname janadipaha. Right? Both of us are eternal. And jnani is settled at that stage. But Gachibowli Prabhu is saying, it is better to be a devotee with fear, you go and cry in front of Krishna, than a jnani who doesn't have any prayer in front of Krishna. So it's okay to carry the fear. Don't be regretful when fear comes to you. Fear is a very predominant emotion that will take over your consciousness, but that's okay to be fearful if that fear helps you to go in front of Krishna and cry. So better to be a fearful person and become a devotee and pray in front of Krishna than getting all the philosophy and no devotion in front of Krishna. Satisfied. I don't know if you are satisfied, but I was extremely satisfied. Wow, that is Krishna. I can come and tell you I am fearful. I should not be shameful to admit that I am fearful. Right? In front of God, what ego should I carry? That I am fearless now? Krishna, I am fearless now? No, I am fearful, but when I am in front of you, holding your lotus feet, I am fearless. Right? Abhaya Charanara. Abhaya. You become Abhaya by going in front of God. But you have Bhaya. You have Bhaya. And being fearful is part of this material world. How can you say staying in the material world you are not fearful? Bhagavatam is saying padam padam yat vipadam natesham. At every step there is fear and danger. Right? Of course, devotion should make you fearless. But if that fearlessness is taking you to a state where there is no prayer in front of God, then what use is that fearlessness? Did you all understand?
I understand.
Very good. Yes. Right? So ultimately, anything that is happening in our life, that's what I understood in front of Radha Mother, is that is planned by Krishna. And if that planning is making us go and cry in front of Krishna, and that incident is making me fearful of my existence, and that is taking me to Krishna, then that incident is the most auspicious incident in our life. But if an incident is making me so confident that I am okay, and that is not triggering me to go to God, then that is the most inauspicious incident in our life. Hare Krishna. So both the things happen. See, this is the beauty of Dham. Dham is so powerful that just a thought of a neophyte, I don't know what to call myself, neophyte devotee, just went there, looked at the deity, got this doubt, what, there is no connection. And then second thought, there is fear that is not being answered. Then I just took these things, saw a devotee told me next day morning, both the things are answered in such a way that Krishna himself is saying, that don't worry, come with fear to me. I'll take care. And behind, a devotee is telling that. One senior devotee told about darshan, another senior devotee talked about surrender. Okay? So this is called Dham. That's why I request, don't miss these opportunities to go to a Dham. And when you go to a Dham, more important than seeing the deities is also important, but take the guidance of a devotee. Take the association of devotees. Association of devotees is more important. And the greatest place is Dham. Because you have no other business there. No office, no nothing. You have devotee and you, and so try to interact with many devotees. Right? And then that enhances your darshan. And appreciate every moment that you are in the Dham. Don't waste a single moment. First time in my life, I made a resolve that I will not open YouTube when I am in Mayapur. 7 days I did not open. I did not open 7 days. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Clap, 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 everybody. A stupid fellow like me, that itself is a big achievement. You know? I will not open it. Nahi karne ka YouTube. So I just use the mobile to see the WhatsApp message relevant to the dham, relevant to next day's yatra. Kept it aside. And I took a good nap when I was supposed to sleep. Got up early in the morning. My mother was not well. They said, okay, we can't go to the Mangalarti. Let's sit in the room and do the japa. Properly do some good rounds. And then go take shelter of devotees, meet. And one of the other processes of devotion, Ambarish Maharaj explains, is to hug devotees. You should use your nose to smell the flowers, incense. You should use your eyes to see the darshan of God, deities. And you should use your tongue to glorify the Lord. Mouth to glorify the Lord. Tongue to taste the prasadam. All the senses have to be engaged. There is a verse in Bhagavatam that all the senses have to be engaged in service of God. And one of the senses is touch. How will you engage touch? By embracing the devotees. So I was going and embracing every devotee who came towards me. Right? Tightly. Because this devotee's embrace makes me feel closer to Krishna. So many senior devotees came. Yatra is a time when I meet all my old friends in US. When they all nurtured me to become a devotee, I see all of them. So I looked at all of them. It was so nice. So nice. They all looked at me. And amazing devotees there. Shyam Bihari Prabhu recently opened a temple in Atlanta, the new temple, Shyam Bihari. So he looked at me, "Arey Prabhu, how are you?" Then we had a good time together. And he was sharing his realizations. Right? So Dham is like that. So basically you glorify the Lord. First step in your devotion is you glorifying the Lord. And second, when you glorify the Lord, you become attached to the Lord and then you feel the separation from the Lord. Separation from Lord should come. Slowly you will feel, I have come back from Yatra, I am missing those deities now. That's a good separation. How many of you feeling a little here and there? I am away from Mayapur now. Right? Separation. And with that separation will come humility. When you become really, even satsang. I am out of the satsang now. I am already feeling the separation. When will the next Sunday come? When will I hear about God again? Right? When will we do Aarti together? Separation. And from separation, your attention goes when you become. So first is glorifying. Second is separation. Third is humility. And when you become humble, and whenever you think about God, you think about His lotus feet. That becomes natural. That you want to take shelter of His lotus feet. See, earlier I would go and see. I went to temple many times. Before coming to ISKCON, the first thing I used to see is face of God. Like this. But after coming to ISKCON, by mercy of Srila Prabhupada, now first look at the lotus feet of God. Right? That means the process is working. Thoda kaam kar raha. Process is working. So you look at the lotus feet of God. Right? So what is the first one? Glorification of God. Second is separation, humility, and then attachment to lotus feet. And Govardhan is special because Govardhan is filled with the lotus feet of Krishna. Right? So that is the reason when devotion increases in somebody, then his attachment to Govardhan increases. A lot of people, they don't have connection with Govardhan. But Acharyas, their greatest connection is Govardhan only. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, when he named the deities, he named them as Gandharvika Giridhari. Giridhari. Why? Because Govardhan is more special than any other place, because that is a place where Krishna's lotus feet is everywhere. Devotees don't climb on Govardhan. When we go to Govardhan, we just circumambulate Govardhan. We don't climb Govardhan. Why? Because you don't want to stand on the feet of Krishna. The Govardhan is filled with his footprints. You don't climb on the footprints. Tell me one devotee who thought like this in Bhagavatam. Akrura. If you read the prayers of Akrura, Akrura comes to Vrindavan and is looking for the lotus feet of Krishna in every place. And he's thinking, oh, how can I walk in this place? How can I cross this place? Because this lotus feet is everywhere. Right? So that is how he sees. Everything is so sacred in the Dham. Everything is so sacred in the Dham. Because especially Govardhan is a place where footprints of Krishna and Radharani and all the cows and all the gopas, gopis, all the footprints are there. And that is the reason Acharya said, don't climb Govardhan. You can take darshan of Govardhan from below. Right? And Govardhan is the epitome of all the rasas. What are the 5 rasas? Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, Sakya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, Madhurya rasa. Right? So what is the speciality of Shanta rasa? What is the consciousness of a devotee in Shanta rasa? No material attachment. Repeat after me. No material attachment. Fixed in devotion. That is Shanta rasa. Meaning he has no material attachment. Bhoga Ishwari Prashaktanam Daya Pratyatisam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Samadhavana. No Bhoga, no Ishwari. Complete Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is Shantarasa, where he has no attachment to anything material. And what is the second one? Fixed in devotion. He is fixed in devotion. He is very clear. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and my goal is to become a servant of Krishna. Came down clearly, fixed in devotion. Yeah? That is Shantarasa. So what are there in Shantarasa? No material attachment? Fixed in devotion. Now little higher than Shantarasa is what? Huh? Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa, what is the one additional thing? Does Dasya Rasa have these 2 qualities? No material attachment and fixed in devotion? Yes. What is that one extra quality in Dasya Rasa? Service. Extreme possessiveness towards service. Extreme attachment and possessiveness towards the Supreme Lord. That makes you a Dasa. From a Shanta, a Dasa. Right? So what are the 3 things that Dasya Rasa has? No material attachment. Fixed in devotion. Third one, extreme possessiveness. Extreme possessiveness to an attachment towards Supreme Lord. That is Dasya Rasa. And one more thing that Dasya Rasa invokes is active service. You are very active in service. Right? Like Hanumanji. Dasya Rasa is exemplified by Hanuman. All the time he is looking for service. Some service I need. Without service I cannot be. Once Lord Ram was, people in Ayodhya were kind of concerned that this Hanuman is not allowing anybody any service. He only wants to do all services. So they made a list of services for Lord Ram. And they made sure Hanumanji's name is not there. Then they gave it to Lord Ram and said, you can name who is going to do what service in Ayodhya. So Lord Ram started reading, my this service, my that service, my this service, my this service, this service. And then Hanumanji's name is not there. Lord Ram also was thinking, how come his name is missed? But Hanumanji was more upset. My name is not there. What to do? What should I do? I need to have some service. Right? Now a devotee is so eager to be in service. That is called Dasya Rasa. Hanumanji thinks, how can I exist without service? There is no existence for me without service. Then he goes and sits in front of Lord Ram. What service will I get? I have not been given any service. I can't live. I die without service. I need to have some service. And suddenly Lord Ram, he just, after his work or whatever, like this it is. Immediately, Hanumanji decides, I got a service. What is that service? Every time Lord Ram yawns, I have to do Like this. He created his own service. Right? And then that night Lord Ram goes to sleep. Mother Sita is sleeping, beside him in that mahal. And Hanuman is standing on the terrace. Waiting. When will Lord Ram yawn? And as soon as Lord Ram he gets sleep, like, immediately Hanuman jumps into that room. And Sita is there. What is this? You're not supposed to be inside this room. What are you doing? Hanuman is like, I got my service. Don't stop me from my service. My service is to do this tick. Immediately, Sita looks at Hanuman. Lord Ram says, who is responsible for this situation? Why this personality is so eager to do this service? Doesn't he have any other service? And Lord Ram says, actually there was a problem. They made a whole list of services for me. They didn't give any service to Hanuman. I didn't know that he'll create this service for himself. Right? So that is Dasya Rasa. Active in service. What are the two special things about Dasya Rasa? Active in service and extreme possessiveness towards the deity. Right? So the four things. Let us repeat the four things again. Little revision. So Sakya Rasa, no mental attachment, fixed in devotion. Little greater than that is Dasya Rasa. Extreme possessiveness and active in service. Now, greater than Dasya Rasa is what? Sakya Rasa. Sakya Rasa means it also has these four things and extreme belongingness. Meaning, I am part of Krishna, I cannot be without Krishna, and I have to be with Krishna, I have to play with Krishna, I have to talk to Krishna, I have to fight with Krishna. Belongingness, you can't be without. Like friends are like that, right? When you go to a college, your school, you remember your friends. Can you be without friends in your? You can't be, the whole thing. Only thing you remember, how many of you remember Pythagoras theorem? But you remember one thing, your friends. Right? College means you remember friends. So that remembrance of being all the time and doing extreme belongingness. And one more thing great about Sakya Rasa is equality. You go to such a level with Krishna that you start thinking not equal in tattva, but in prema. Then you start, because Sakya Rasa needs you to feel that you are equal. Otherwise you can't perform that rasa properly. And Krishna gives you that rasa because he wants you to feel like that. Because when you have a wrestling match, you are put upside down. Krishna wants to be put upside down by you because he actually makes you more powerful than him. Now how do you understand this? Krishna makes you more powerful than him so that he can put you down, you can put him down and win the match. And Krishna actually loses the match. Not as for a rasa. He actually loses the match because he makes you more powerful than him. Did you understand anything? I didn't understand. Right? Sometimes Krishna Lila, if you have not understood, means you understood. Because it's so, there are devotees sitting to the back. Can you all come in the front? Many are sitting on the way. Yeah. Please, again, just come, everybody come a little forward. Yeah, again. Yeah. So extreme belongingness. When extreme belongingness comes into the rasa, then it goes from dasya to sakya. Shanta, dasya, sakya. Now what is greater than sakya rasa? Vatsalya rasa. Now what is the speciality about Vatsalya rasa? No, you feel that you are capable of nourishing the Supreme Lord. Superior in a way. But superior is not a right word. It's like you want to nourish the Supreme Lord. You want to take care of him. It goes one more level. Now equality, you go even higher than that. That Krishna will feel hungry. If I don't feed him, nobody will feed you. I have to give him. I have to take care of him. Who else will correct him? Right? Then when Damodar Lila happened, immediately she took a stick and started running behind Krishna. Who else will correct this fellow if I don't correct? These gopis will not correct, but as a mother I am supposed to correct. Nanda Maharaj also gets very angry on Krishna many times when he does any notorious things. Garga Muni told Nanda Maharaj that he is Swayam Amsha of Vishnu. But when he does any mistake, forget about Vishnu, he'll take a stick and run behind. But that's Vatsalya Rasa. Vatsalya Rasa goes above your Sakya Rasa, goes above the belonging and start trying to protect and nourish the Supreme Lord. So what is the additional feature? Protect and nourish. And another thing is, you even chastise. So these are two things of Vatsalya Rasa. Protect and nourish and chastise. Now what are all the rasas, what are all the features of, sorry to put this revision again and again, so you can remember a little bit. Is that okay? So what do you have inside Vatsalya Rasa? No mental attachment, extreme devotion, extreme possessiveness, active in service, extreme belongingness, and equality, and need to nourish and protect, and finally chastise. Hare Krishna. So many qualities have to come inside you to call that you are in Vatsalya. Sometimes people have little Laddu Gopal, I think I am his mother. But do you have all these qualities? Because rasa is growing one by one. Now higher than Vatsalya Rasa is Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa means complete offering of yourself. Complete offering of yourself. You don't exist anymore. You exist only for his service. You exist only for his, only to make him happy. Atmanivedanam. The ninth leg, Atmanivedanam, is Madhurya. Complete surrender. Right? Complete surrender with love. Complete surrender with complete attachment. So all these qualities included plus complete surrender is Madhurya Rasa. And one such devotee, when you talk about Atmanivedanam, who is the personality who comes to your mind? Bali Maharaj. Because Bali Maharaj gave everything and finally said, keep your third step on my head now. That is the only thing left. And because he could not fulfill, he also got arrested and humiliated. And still his devotion never decreased. So Krishna became a doorkeeper in Sudhaloka, right, for Bali Maharaj. Now, Bali Maharaj is famous and is glorified in all the scriptures because Krishna kept his feet on his head. Now just think about Govardhan. How many feet did Krishna keep on Govardhan? Bali Maharaj is glorified for Atmanivedanam for keeping one-time feet. On Govardhan, Krishna kept unlimited number of times he stepped on Govardhan. Just imagine when you talk about Atmanivedanam, how great is Govardhan. Right? How great is Govardhan. So that is why Acharyas, when they think about Govardhan, it's not just an ordinary hill. It's just not an ordinary hill. It's about how much Krishna has interacted with Govardhan, how much he has spent time on Govardhan. Right? Now in Govardhan, there is this beautiful place called Radha Kund. Now what is the specialty of Radha Kund? Now we are coming back to the topic. Radha Kund. So here, Radharani, there are many kunds in entire Braj. But there is one Kund which is named with her name, and that is Radha Kund. No other place Radharani's name comes. Right? Govinda Kund, Shankarshan Kund, so many Kunds are there. Huh? But one place Radharani's name comes, and that is Radha Kund. And it is explained, Acharya explained that Radharani is the Haladini Shakti. Now it's a little technical here. Samvit Shakti, Haladini Shakti, all the Shaktis are there. Haladini Shakti is the loving potency within the Supreme Lord. I will not get into the technicality. Haladini Shakti, the loving potency, is divided into two. One is called Amurta and second is called Murta. Amurta. Thankfully, we are all born in India. So you already understand the meaning of Murta and Amurta. Murta means form. Amurta means formless. Right? Now, Radharani, Srimati Radharani can be experienced in Amurta form, in Murta form. Right? Amurta form how? Love inside our hearts. That love that all of us carry for God is Amurta form of Radharani. So do you have Radharani in your heart? Yes. Because without that, you cannot serve Krishna. So Radharani can be experienced, Haladini Shakti can be experienced in the form of Amurta form, which takes you from Shraddha to Prema. Which takes you from Prema to Mahabhava. That is taken care by Srimati Radharani. Are you able to understand? Little technical I am getting. Because you need to understand the greatness of Radha Kund. So I have to tell you this. So Haladini Shakti is in two. What is it two? Murta, Amurta. And Amurta means formless, can be experienced through the heart. She is same Srimati Radharani, Haladini Shakti of the Supreme Lord, is available in all the devotees' hearts, elevating us in devotion, day after day, year after year. Right? So that is Amurta. Now Murta, which is Srimati Radharani, who can be touched and felt and seen, is again divided to two. Murta is divided to two. One is Vrishabhanu Nandini, Radharani herself. And second is Radha. So Vrishabhanu Nandini, who is Srimati Radharani, the daughter of Vrishabhanu, is that supreme goddess whom you can go and see in Barsana. You can see here Radha Madan Mohan. She is the same Radharani that you can see. But to experience her love in the Murta form is Radha Kund. This is explained by the Acharyas that Radha Kund is not different from Srimati Radharani. And that is the reason our Acharyas told never go and bathe in Radha Kund. No. On one side, the Upadeshamrita says, and many other scriptures say that you should bathe in Radha Kund. And other side, Acharyas also say that you should not bathe in Radha Kund. How do you understand this? So Prabhupada clarified this. He said, don't try to have sports in Radha Kund. Don't think that Radha Kund is a swimming pool. Don't go into this Radha Kund and start, oh, I'm feeling so nice. Prabhuji, kaisa lag raha aapko? No. Right? First of all, just take Achman. Pay Dandavat Pranam, take Achman. That is how much Acharyas have allowed. Because Radharani is not different from Radha Kund. If you are doing any nonsense in Radha Kund, that's like directly you are dealing with the form of Radharani. You are not dealing with anything less. Right? Now, Radha Kund is so special that Lord Krishna considers Radha Kund more important than Swayam Radharani. Now you might ask, how is that possible? Radharani is very dear to Krishna. What is so special about Radha Kund that makes Radha Kund more special than Radharani? I'll tell a small pastime on that. So one of the features, one of the things, one of the moods of Srimati Radharani is she gets angry. Man. There is a Man Mandir also. Man means she gets a little upset on Krishna. So one of those things that Krishna likes is he teases, he does certain activities to make her angry. And when she becomes angry, she becomes more beautiful. And she punishes Krishna also. And Krishna likes that punishment also. Because out of that punishment finally comes extraordinary love. Now don't compare that to your fights in your house. It is nowhere near. But we can experience a little bit here and there in our married life, So one day is a big fight and, shout and all that happens and I cannot be with you. I did a big mistake marrying you. This, that, everything happens next day. When things settle down, you get a nice hot upma also. Things are settled down. Anyway, so here is the case where Srimati Radharani, one other time, she becomes very upset on Krishna. Right? Now Krishna tells in 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that I am shark among the fishes, I am the Arjuna among the Pandavas, I am this, right? I am outstanding. I'm outstanding among everything. And he's telling that in Vrindavan, I'm outstanding. And Radharani says, yes, you are outstanding. Don't stand outside. You're not supposed to stand here near me. I'm not allowing you inside the Braja. Go, stand outside. Krishna said, I'm outstanding. Yes, you're outstanding. That's right, you're standing outside. How is this, So she's very angry. What should I do now? How can I access Srimati Radharani? Now Krishna cannot be without Radharani. Now these pastimes are very sacred and very special. Right? Don't try to think at our bodily consciousness level what Krishna is thinking about Radharani. So here, Krishna understands that more special is Radha Kund than Radharani because Radharani gets man, but Radha Kund doesn't get man. Radha Kund never becomes angry. So I will go to Radha Kund. Okay, Radhe, you are not allowing me to come, but I will go to Radha Kund. So Radharani is like, okay, what will you do in Radha Kund? When I am not there, what will you do there? Right? So Krishna goes to Radha Kund and there he stands. And what does he do? He does obeisances to Radha Kund. He pays obeisance to Radha Kund. Like we are all supposed to do. Just imagine, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is paying obeisance to Radha Kund. And then he is doing Aarti of Radha Kund. Right? Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe. He's taking her names. Different names. Radharani has many names. He's taking all those names and is doing Aarti of Radha Kund. And then he's doing Pradakshina of Radha Kund. He's doing Pradakshina of Radha Kund. Right? And then he's smelling the aroma that is coming from Radha Kund. The smell of the waters. And then there are these ducks. The ducks are swimming on Radha Kund. And the ducks start making some sounds. Looking at Krishna's devotion, ducks start making some sounds. And the sounds resemble the ankle bells of Radharani. And the ankle bell sound coming out of the ducks, Krishna hears them and starts dancing. Right? And then looking at all this, one person is very confused, who is Vrinda Devi, who is in charge of all this place. She goes to Krishna. Hey, Krishna, what are you doing here? What is it? You are dancing, you are praying, you are singing. Krishna, what to do? Radharani is not allowing me to come to her, but Radha Kund is very merciful. I am really enjoying this. So there is a verse in Adi Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, 4th chapter, 125 verse. It's a big verse. 4.125. You can read it later. This verse is a conversation between Tulsi Maharani, Vrinda Devi and Radharani. So Vrinda Devi goes and she sees all this that Krishna is doing and she comes to Radharani and she tells, do you know what Krishna is doing there? Now Radharani, what is she thinking? This fellow must be crying there. Because I rejected him, I punished him. You stand outside. So he must be crying there. So as soon as Vrinda Devi comes, Vrinda Devi tells Radharani, I have just now seen Krishna. Oh, you have seen Krishna? What is he doing? He got punished, I punished him. What is he doing? And then she is a little hesitant. What should I tell now? Can I tell that he's dancing? Right? And then, she's like, okay, Radharani, try to understand that he was chanting your names, but where is he chanting my names? He went to Radha Kund. Your own Kund he went. He started chanting your names there. Okay, so he's chanting your names, then what else did he do? He started dancing also. Dancing? He's dancing without me? He's enjoying Braja without me? Who taught him dancing? Then Radharani is thinking, maybe Chandravali came and taught him dancing. Then Vrinda Devi also wants to tell. Actually, Chanda, as soon as she says Chanda, immediately Radharani is like, Chandravali? No. Chandan, like your face, he is remembering. And is dancing. Like that. The beautiful verse actually, the whole verse, 145 verse, is all the conversation that Vrinda Devi is telling to Radharani. And then, long story short, so Finally, Radharani says, "So what is he doing now?" So she becomes very anxious. Who is dancing? What is he doing now? And then Nandadevi says, he fainted. Remembering you in that dance with tears in his eyes, he fainted. And as soon as Srimati Radharani hears that, her whole man goes away, her whole anger goes away, and she runs towards Krishna. Hey Krishna, how can I punish you? Oh, I'm so sorry. You are so much affected that you fainted. And as soon as Radharani comes there, Krishna gets up and, you come now. And both of them are happy in Radha. So that is how Radha Kund makes Radha and Krishna meet. So many pastimes happen in Radha Kund. So many pastimes. How many pastimes? Acharya explained. There is swing pastimes that happen in Radha Kund. Right? The swing festival that we do. Jhulan Yatra. Where do you think Jhulan Yatra happens? Near Radha Kund. Beside Radha Kund, there is Lalita Kund. How many have seen Lalita Kund? You see, on the way it comes. Left side it comes. Radha Kund. Lalita Kund. So that is where the swing pastime happens. What other pastime? Water sports happen in Radha Kund. They throw water on each other. Right? Radha and Krishna. Just imagine. God. Lot of religions, they don't know what God does. We are so fortunate in Sanatana Dharma, we know what God does. Right? What is he doing in the spiritual world? He's doing water sports. What else is he doing? Jhulan Yatra is swinging. Right? And he does holy. Holy pastime also happens there. Throwing of colors on each other near Radha Kund. Right? And another, dice. Near Radha Kund, both Radha and Krishna play dice game also. There is whole leelas about this. Now these leelas are very advanced. Actually, we don't discuss all these things at any other time. It's a Kartik March month, so we are trying to discuss few leelas of Shri Radha and Krishna. So dice games are also there. And Krishna cheats in dice game also, you know that, right? Yeah. And there is a beautiful pastime I told last time. Honey drinking pastime in Govardhan. Remember that? Honey drinking. No? Forgot? 2 hafte mein ud gaya pura? Basically, okay, I'll tell a little. So Krishna likes to give honey, fresh honey in Govardhan. In Govardhan, all the honeybees are dipping the honey so that this honey can be served to Radha and Krishna. And Krishna always likes to give honey to Radharani. Why? Because if she takes more honey, she'll become intoxicated. And when she becomes intoxicated, she'll lose her power to stop herself from revealing things. And then, because normally when Krishna goes and asks Radharani, hey, how am I looking today? Bekar. She'll never tell you look nice. But if Radharani has a lot of honey and she's intoxicated and he goes, after feeding so much honey, then he'll ask, kaisa dikh raha hu? Ati sundar. Yeah, I got to know. That's what you feel inside. So Krishna likes to do that so that he can know the heart of Srimati Radharani. Right? So honey pastimes also have. Then after that what happens? Actually, the gopis bring the honey in a golden pot. And they give it to Krishna, and Krishna gives it to Radharani, and Radharani gets totally, she drinks so much honey. And whenever Radharani says, Krishna, you also drink now. No, I will have whatever is left. Because Radha, you have to be happy first. I will only have the Charnamrit little bit. What is that called? Leftover. Huh? Uchishta. Well, whatever is leftover, I'll have. I don't know if that was the word I heard. But Krishna, whatever is left, Radha, you have more. Because he wants her to drink more and more honey. So she'll tell so many new things. Then finally Radharani said, no, you also have. Then Krishna will take the honey and then he will look at the golden pot. The golden pot, he sees the reflection of golden complexion of Radharani, and without even drinking the honey, he becomes intoxicated. Just looking the reflection of Radharani's golden form on the golden pot. And then he also starts speaking all kinds of things. And this pastime happens where? In Radha Kund. Radha Kund is so special. Right? And another pastime is sleep acting pastime. Sleep acting pastime. Where Krishna pretends that he is sleeping. In front of Radharani, he will suddenly sleep. And they will think that he is sleeping. Now, normally when you are sleeping, you are very eager to hear what others are talking about you, isn't it? So Krishna does all these tricks. he wants to know what gopis and Radha wants to speak, are going to talk. So he says, I'm actually sleeping. So the sleeping pastimes, sleep acting pastime also happens in Radha Kund. And stealing the flute pastime. I don't know this pastime, I heard. Stealing the flute. Does anyone know? Stealing the flute pastime? Huh? I don't know. So maybe I'll learn and come. And of course, the most prominent Ras Leela also happens around that area. You know, whenever it happens near Radha Kund, the Ras Leela pastime also happens. So it is explained that the most intimate devotees of Radharani are only allowed near Radha Kund. Radha Kund is not for other people of any other devotion. You should be a devotee of Radharani, only then you are allowed to come near Radha Kund. Otherwise you are not allowed, right? So here it is explained, Raghunath Das Goswami goes one more step, that many of you, how many have gone to Govardhan Parikrama? 59? Okay, you've seen Govardhan. Many of you have not. So maybe you'll not be able to relate to what I'm saying, but you will see many kunds are there around Govardhan. And around every kund, beside every kund you will see Govardhan. You will see Giriraj right there. But beside Radha Kund, there is no Govardhan. You see that? Radha Kund ke baju mein you will not see Giriraj. Why is it like that? So Raghunath Das Goswami reveals that everywhere else beside the Kund, Giriraj stands like this. But just when Radha Kund comes, he bends down and embraces her. So that is the reason you will never see Giriraj beside Radha Kund. How sweet this is, right? So personal. Krishna cannot stand in front of Radha Kund. He has to fall and pay obeisances, or he has to bend down and Giriraj has to embrace Radha Kund. Right? So that is the embracing pose of Radha Kund and Giriraj. That is explained by Raghunath Das Goswami. So there are many such pastimes of Radha Kund. Now I'll tell the real, actually how Radha Kund appeared. Should I tell? Yeah? Okay. So this is very simple. But it is simple for the people who don't know the glories of Radha Kund. But now that you all know the speciality of Radha Kund, now you'll appreciate this Leela of Radha Kund that happens on Bhaulashtami, which happened during the Kartik Mas. Actually, that's a very famous festival in Braj. On the day of Bhaulashtami, you cannot think of going near Radha Kund. Entire Braj will come to take, Achman from Radha Kund. Entire Braj. Lakhs of people they come. And so much renovation work is going on just to make sure no accidents happen. When the line will be there for kilometers just to come near Radha Kund on that night and take Achman or take a dip. Brajvasis, for them Radha Kund Bhaulashtami is very famous festival. And when we go on Parikrama, when we go in Kartik Yatra time, we are advised not to go to Radha Kund on Bhaulashtami because it's really crowded. And it's very, you really have to be totally surrendered to forget your family when you go there, because you cannot find your family in Radha Kund that day. It will be everywhere. So we normally go one day before or one day after. So here is a demon called Arishtasura. Arishtasura came in the form of a bull. Now, why did he come in the form of a bull? Because in previous life he was a great Brahmana and a disciple of Brahaspati. And his name was Varada Batu, something like that. Varada Batu, yes. So here is Varada Batu, and what is the mistake he does? So Brahaspati is teaching. Brahaspati is a great guru, is teaching, and Varada Batu is sitting in front, and he stretches his legs. He stretches his legs in front of Guru. Actually, it's an offense. When we go to a temple, never stretch your legs in front of deities. Right? You can stretch some other direction. Or if somebody is giving a lecture, or somebody is sitting on Vyasasana, you should never stretch the legs towards them. Stretch it somewhere, some other side. And of course, sometimes you have knee problem, you can get up or stretch, but make sure that you're not pointing your feet. And sometimes also this one more trouble, when you sit, and your feet should not be visible like this. You should always cover it with, your dhoti or khandwa or something. Anywhere in the temple, your feet should not be pointing upwards. You should always cover it with something. And of course, Matajis, they wear saris, and so it's automatically taking place. So here is this This is Varadabatu. He keeps his feet towards Brahaspati. And as a result is what? Brahaspati curses him. That you like to keep your feet like this, you are trying to behave unintelligently like a bull, so you become a bull in next life. You can keep your feet whichever way you want. If you see bulls, when they sit, Thakat, they sit in one feet, they'll keep like this, my friend. One feet, they'll keep folded. So he got cursed. Now he was not an ordinary demon. Arishtasura was a very powerful demon. But once Kamsa also went and challenged Arishtasura. And they had a match and Kamsa won. Kamsa was so strong. He was not like the Kamsa you saw in the TV serial. Kamsa was a very strong personality, strong demon. So he defeated Arishtasura, and then as a part of the defeat, he told him, "You will work for me anytime I want." Right? That is how Kamsa created his gang, Pura gang, by defeating and by somehow getting them into his clutches. He used to use them. So Arishtasura came to Vrindavan to actually kill Krishna. And by the way, Arishtasura was the last, if I'm right, the last pastime that Krishna did of killing a demon. After Arishtasura killing, we can shift a little bit. So after killing Arishtasura, Narad Muni was like, okay, Krishna, I think your pastimes in Vrindavan enough, bahut ho gaya abhi. So now the pastime of killing Kamsa has to start. So after killing Arishtasura, immediately after, Narad Muni was very happy, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Now he has to go and facilitate the pastime of killing Kamsa. Now a lot of times people misunderstand Narad Muni. That Narad Muni will go and do something which will actually harm others. In Telugu movies, so don't even ask how they treat Narad Muni. Like almost like a joker they treat. Or what's it? Kulal Vetevadu. He always puts some quarrels, conflicts he instigates and all that. But Narad Muni is our Acharya. Narad Muni is the reason why Bhagavatam came. Narad Muni is the one who told Veda Vyas, you wasted your time writing 4 Vedas. Now write Bhagavatam. So Narad Muni is a great devotee, right? Greatest devotee. So Narad Muni, he goes to Kamsa and he tells that, hey Kamsa, that 8th child, what happened? What happened to it? Oh, I killed her, I threw her, but she actually turned out to be a girl. Hey Kamsa, I thought you were so intelligent. You don't know? You are Vasudev, your friend. He cheated you. He took the 8th son. Actually, it was son only. He took the 8th son and he took him to Gokul. He gave it to Nanda Maharaj. What do you think is happening in Vrindavan? So many great demons are being killed. Agasur, Bakasur. Who do you think is killing? All your friends are dying there. Kamsa, really some people. I thought the fellow was supposed to kill me is dead. Narad Muni said, no, he is not dead. He is properly sitting there. Right? He is properly sitting there. Now you should do whatever it takes to bring him here. Now, when you hear this pastime, what do you think about Narad Muni? Is he a villain or a hero? Very difficult to understand Narad Muni's pastimes because he is assisting the Supreme Lord. And immediately Kamsa becomes very angry. He says, Vasudev cheated me? My sister Devaki and Vasudev, I'll first kill them. I'll first go and kill them. And immediately Narad Muni, this is can't a twist. I never thought this fellow will react. What does he say now? He says, hey, wait. If you go and kill Vasudev and Devaki, then Krishna and Balaram will run away. They'll get to know that you have started the real revenge process. They'll get to know that you got to know that they are still alive. That is the reason you killed their parents. Don't do that. Do a thing. First kill Krishna and Balaram. Then you can kill Vasudeva and Devaki. Look at Narad Muni. Immediately comes and say, this is a good advice. Right? If I kill them, they'll run away. I better kill them first, and then I will take care of the Vasudeva and Devaki. So then he sends Apurura, and the whole pastime of, So this happened after Arishtasura. Arishtasura is done, and after that, the pastime of Kamsa starts. Mathura Lila starts. So here is Arishtasura, and he is such a big demon. It is explained. His horns were touching the clouds. They were moving the clouds when he was running and coming. Huge. And when he used to make that sound out of his nose, like that, the bulls do that sound. If you go to a bull, all the time they're doing that sound. So this sound was so loud that many women, they were having abortions, hearing the fearfulness of that sound. Right? Such a big demon. And he came to Vrindavan, huge, like a mountain. And he was looking at Krishna, and Krishna was standing there, little 10-year-old Krishna, standing there. And Arishwasura said, I have come here to kill you, I'm going to finish you now. And Krishna likes to instigate people who are in anger. Right? He has Leela in that also, he has Rasa, he's called Rasaraj. What does he do? He calls one of his Gopa. So Gopa comes and stands, he keeps his hand on them. Chapura. What are you telling? Tell me more. That's like even more provoking, right? See, if he's standing and saying, okay, tell me what are different. Casually he's keeping his hand on somebody else. Tell me more. What do you want to tell more? I will kill you. How dare you behave like this? So Arishtasura attacks Krishna like that. And Krishna simply, Acharya explained that he holds Arishtasura's feet and dhobi ke ghat mein kapda dhote na. Like that he puts him on the ground. Patak! He puts him on the ground. Like kapda. Like a dhobi hitting the cloth, and the smash was so tightly put that he completely loses his consciousness. He's on the ground, and then Krishna kicks him with his feet. Now Krishna's feet is so tender that Yashoda is all the time thinking, what will happen to my Lala's feet when he goes out for herding the cows? Even a little stone will come and touch him, it will become pink. If a thorn goes, it will become red. And gopis are thinking, where to keep his feet, because his feet will become hurt. Even the softest part of our body is not good to keep his feet, because his feet is so soft. Now this soft feet, he hits one. See, what is lotus feet of Krishna for devotees? And how the same lotus feet is different for non-devotees. Right? The same little lotus feet, just imagine, a little child, like just imagine that child is sitting there. No? Look at his feet. Can you imagine that feet will hit me and I'll die on the spot? You can't even imagine, right? Krishna's feet is more so tender, little feet, like the ticket hits that fellow. Such a big Arishtasura breaks into pieces. He falls on the ground and completely chokes blood out of his mouth and dies on the spot. Right? And it is explained his body was so huge when he fell on the ground that his bones stood up out of his body, because it was completely broken apart by the kick, that the bone started looking like a Mount Kailash. Like a white mountain. The Acharyas compare it to Kailash mountain. The height was so high, and the bone itself. And Krishna has finished all this. Now, when did this pastime happen? Actually, this pastime happened when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan and going towards Govardhan to have pastime with the gopis. Evening time. Evening time is rest time. Best time for Krishna. He'll go and have nice dance and nice pastime with the gopis. So gopis see that. So it is happening on the way to going towards the gopis. So he kills this bull demon Arishtasura, and gopis look at Krishna doing this, and immediately gopis go and tell Krishna, hey Krishna, I don't think we can play with you tonight. I don't think we can dance with you tonight. Why? What happened? I killed this fellow, now I'm free, I can come now. Our evening schedule is already set, I'm coming. No. You have killed a bull. You have killed something out of a cow's family. And you have committed a sin. With this sin, you cannot play with us. We are not going to play with you. And Krishna, hey, this is not fair. What should I do now? Now I cannot be without playing with you. What should I do now? And gopis say, okay, there is one thing you can do. Go purify yourself. Go purify yourself. Now look at the amazing point. Who is more pure than Krishna? When we want to do anything, we take Achman. What is it? Om Keshava Namah, Madhava Namah, Narayana, Govindaya Namah. He will take his names and we become purified. And here gopis are saying, you become purified and come. Krishna, what is this? In Vedas also I don't know how to get purified. Because Vedas are coming out of me. What is another mantra which ends? Om apavitro pavitro va sarvavastam mitopeva smaret pundarikacha sahabhya bhyansaram suchi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. What does it mean? No matter what pavitra or apavitra I have done in my life, just by remembering Pundarikaksha, your name, I am becoming away. I am becoming relieved from all fears and anxieties of this world and becoming purified. By saying Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Now just imagine Krishna, Hare Krishna. So here, Krishna has to go and purify himself. And Krishna is wondering, what should I do to purify myself? And immediately he takes his feet, he starts making a puddle. Right? He makes a small ditch. And then gopis are saying, what is he going to do now? We asked you to go to all the holy places and take dip in all the kunds and then come back. That is how you purify yourself. Krishna says, why should I go to all these places? I will call all those places here. Right? And as soon as Krishna thinks that all the great rivers, oceans, the deities of these oceans and rivers and ponds, they all become so happy. Because now they are getting a chance to touch the feet of Krishna. Right? Yamuna was so happy when Vasudeva was taking little Krishna to Gokul that she was coming and crossing his nose many times, and Vasudeva, hey, wait a second, you can't do this, I'll drown. Let me take him to Gokul. Later on you can play with him. Yamuna is like, no, I want to touch his feet. Now I want to touch his feet. And Krishna puts his feet outside the basket like this. Okay, touch and be satisfied. So here, all the kunds are so eager to touch the feet of Krishna. As soon as he thinks about all the Punyakshetras, all the Sarovars, all the ocean gods, all the river gods, Godavari, Narmada, everybody, they all come and stand in that little puddle that Krishna has made. And they say, Krishna, can we fill our waters here? But we want your lotus feet to touch them. And Krishna, see the pastime of Krishna, that when he wants to purify himself, he is actually not purifying himself, but he is purifying everything. Everybody. Right? All the dhams are getting purified. So all the deities are very happy, and gopis are seeing that the pond is filled with the holy rivers of all over the universe. Don't think that just the rivers of this one planet. All over the universe, all the deities come. All the Kund's water, they all come there, and they are there, and Krishna goes and stands in that water. All the deities are happy, and he takes a dip. And he says, I am purified now. Hari Bol. He is very happy. Some gopis are looking at him. Now he says, okay, so I am purified now, but I am so sorry to tell you, I am not going to play with you now. Gopis are like, what do you mean you are not going to play with you? Now I am purified, but you are not pure. Krishna says, you are not pure now. Gopis are, why we are not pure? You took side of a demon. Even though he was a bull, but he was a demon. I killed a demon. Right? But you took side of a demon. Now you have to purify yourself. Gopis are like, how do you think we will purify ourselves? I have created a kund now. Come and take bath here. You all can come and take dip in this bath, in my Sham Kund. And Radharani is like, she always likes this kind of competitive spirit. She tells gopis, hey, wait. We don't need to go into his kund. Why his kund? We will have our own kund. And immediately gopis say, where is our own kund? And Radharani sees there is a hoof print of Arishtasur. It already made a hole there, just beside. So she goes there and she actually explains, she removes her, ankle bells and any sharp objects, jewelry that they have, and she starts digging the place more and more. And all the gopis are digging that kund, right? And then Krishna is looking, and Krishna is teasing, dig, where is the water? You can keep digging, pani kidhar hai? And Radharani is like, wait, I'll get the water, don't worry. No, she's like digging, and Krishna is like, no water will come. You keep digging, no water. He's teasing, standing there and teasing. These are all part of Leela. And Radharani and gopis, they all dig. And then when the kund is ready, and then Radharani says, okay, we are going to get the water from Manasi Ganga. So if you have gone to Govardhan Parikrama, on the Parikrama comes, after Radha Kund comes, Manasi Ganga. So, but it's so far away. So Radharani says, okay, all the gopis, you can make a line and have buckets. So they all bring that buckets or, containers. And they all stand, thousands of gopis, not one or two, thousands of gopis. They stand all the way from Manasi Ganga till Radha Kund, and they start bringing the water from there. Now Krishna sees this. Krishna sees this and he becomes, "Arey, so much labor they are taking. Carrying bucket is not easy, right? So many buckets." And Krishna thinks, "I have to assist them in some way. I have been teasing them, but I have to assist them in some way." Then he looks at all the deities who are standing in the form of water in Shamkund, and he calls them and says, "Do a thing, go and request Radharani to accept your water." And this is like a bonanza for for all the deities, all the rivers. We are already purified by the touch of the feet of Mukunda, the touch of the feet of Krishna. Now Krishna is permitting us to go and take go and assist even Radharani. Right? So it's like they are so happy. And they together they don't go, they all together come together and one deity is formed. Who is representing all these kunds. One Devata. He goes in front of Srimati Radharani and he says, Can I assist you, Srimati Radharani, in your pastime? In a very humble way. And Radharani says, "Of course you can. How do you want to assist? I have the water from all the kunds from all over the universe. We want to serve you by coming into your Radharani." Right? And Srimati Radharani understands whose plan is this. She says, "Okay, no problem. You want to assist me, you can go and do it." As soon as that is told, the barrier of Shamkund breaks and the water from Shamkund enters into Radha. And Radha Kund is filled with water. Right? The same water of Shamkund is transferred into Radha Kund, and both the kunds are filled, and Krishna is so happy with this whole Leela. And Krishna says that anybody who serves this Radha Kund or who touches the water of Radha Kund is equally dear to me as much as you are, Srimati Radha. Right? So Radha Kund is so special for Krishna. As I told you in the previous pastime, he takes shelter of Radha Kund than Srimati Radharani also. Because Radha Kund is so special. And Radha Kund and Sham Kund are considered as the eyes of Braj, of the entire Braj. They are considered the eyes. And Govardhan is considered the tilak of the Braj. Right? Radha Kund and Sham Kund are the eyes on Govardhan. So the Radha Kund is there even today. And many of us go when we go on Parikrama. That comes almost at the end. Radha Kund. And after that, we have, what's that other Sarovar? Susun Sarovar also comes, and then finally we finish the Parikrama. So in this month of Kartik Mas, when it is so special for Radha and Krishna, so many of these pastimes that happened have all happened during the Kartik Mas. The appearance of Radha Kund and Sham Kund, Bahulashtami. And next week we'll discuss Gopashtami. If Krishna allows, we'll discuss. There is one more festival called Gopashtami. 13th, right? 13th. 13th. He is the one who planned it. 13th, but no. So, Prabhuji and Mataji, while the Boga is being offered, so first of all, thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak a little about Govardhan and Radha Kund. I think I am purified immensely just remembering the pastime. I have heard this from many senior devotees, including the likes of Amarendra Prabhu and Radhesham Prabhu, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, and many other Maharajas have heard this pastime. I request you all to hear this again and again and again. Every Kartik Mas, only you should not hear, you can also hear after Kartik Mas also. And there are many, many pastimes like this. And next week we'll discuss Gopashtami. Gopashtami is a very special pastime. How many of you have seen the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani? Lotus feet of Srimati Radharani is only available on 2 days. One is on Radhashtami, second is Gopashtami. Now why Srimati Radharani shows her feet on Gopashtami, we'll discuss next week. Right? So in this month of Kartik, I think we all are doing Damodarashtak. Everybody is doing Damodarashtak at home? Yeah, every day. Hare Krishna. Call your neighbors also. Make we were unfortunate, but we became fortunate by Srila Prabhupada's mercy that we are able to understand the importance of Kartik month. And in this month, we should take maximum sadhu sangha. And only one more week is left. Is that true? Only one more week is left. Till 15th. Yeah. And after that, we have an extended Kartika month from Sri Vaishnava side. It goes on for another 15 days. But, we will take maximum sadhu sangha as much during this whole time. So, in this week, this coming week, on Wednesday evening, we have His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu is coming here. Very good. So, it is on Wednesday evening. So, I know it's a weekday. I know there will be office. So, we will let you know whether the Govardhan Puja is transcendentally going to happen on 13th or 14th. I don't know. My wife is still deciding when Krishna will let Govardhan. She is deciding. She is assisting when my Guru Maharaj named her Anuradha. Her name was already Anuradha. So she got the name Anuradha Priya Devi Dasi, which actually means assisting the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Radha. Following the. So anyway, so I think Matajis have to decide. Basically, I meant to say that Matajis have to decide when Krishna has to lift Govardhan. It's a different here. Krishna already lifted Govardhan, but in this center we want to celebrate Govardhan Lila. I've already discussed the pastime of Govardhan, but you all decide. Better. So there is Shaligram Tulsi Vivah also that is going to happen. So please wait for the announcement. Don't miss these festivities. The next week is special. So we have Shaligram Tulsi, Vivah also, and Gopashtami also we will celebrate on the same day, different day. No, we will celebrate different day. Gopashtami. Anyway, next Sunday I'll discuss on Gopashtami pastime. But we can't reveal the lotus feet that day. It's not right. It's already over. Different discussions we're having parallelly. Sorry. So, Yugal Kishore Prabhu is coming on 13th, so please make yourself available. He is a very, very wonderful Vaishnava who has brought many, many families, thousands of families to Krishna consciousness, and one family sitting in front of you, me and my wife. So, we are ever indebted to Yugal Kishore Prabhu and his followers and his many people who have inspired, whom he has inspired. Subhara Prabhu also attended Yugal Kishore Prabhu's program. When he did not know who is Yugal Kishore Prabhu.
30 years ago.
Chaitanya Keshava Prabhu also has benefited. Yeah, so there are many. I was preached by a person whom Yugal Kishore Prabhu preached. Srinivas Acharya. And later on I got connected to Yugal Kishore Prabhu. So very, very pure soul. He has given his life for Krishna. He used to work as a manager in IT like 25 years ago in Singapore, and his roommate was a devotee. And that is how he got introduced. And then he moved in IT role to America, and then he left that profession and he became full-time brahmachari. And for the last more than 2 decades, he is serving in America, and he constructed a big, beautiful temple in Framingham Hills in Detroit. And that is also open now. So it's not easy to open a temple, especially with so much rules, regulations, ISKCON, and so much difficult to raise funds. He went through all that, and he created a beautiful congregation in Detroit and many parts of India. So he is visiting here. He visited for the Kartik Yatra, and he is taking many devotees for a Telugu language Pandharpur Yatra from 14th, right? 15th to 15th, 16th, 17th. So that is already planned. Many of you are already registered. So he is coming here on 13th. So 13th evening, please everybody come. I know it's a weekday, so you can start planning from now itself how you want to plan your work. You can inform your bosses a little early that you'll have to leave early. So we will start here at 6 o'clock and finish at 8:30. And we'll also have the Damodar Ashtaka, right? 13th. Then after that, we'll also announce when the other 2 things will also happen, Govardhan Puja. You all can make bhoga for Govardhan. We can and bring, we can make a nice Govardhan Hill. I think Mataji will plan a Govardhan Hill. And Radha Kund, Sham Kund also will be there around the Govardhan. You can make all that. Right? Little Radha Kund, little Sham Kund. And all the kunds and the pathway. We did it in the past. We made a huge Govardhan Hill here. Right? So Govardhan Hill is made with halwa. You make so much halwa and you make, and then we plant trees and we make all the kunds, and we all can circumambulate. And I will request my god brother, if it is possible, to get Giriraj that day. But let us see. If Giriraj comes, then Govardhan is right here. Giriraj Shila directly is coming here, and we all can circumambulate in the month of Kartik. We already did that in Jyotsna Mataji's house recently, but whoever was not there that day can do it on that. Even if Giriraj Shila doesn't come, Govardhan itself is in Tattva, Giriraj. And we also have on Saturday morning, apart from this, on Saturday morning we also have the first anniversary celebrations of Radha Sham Sundar. Praveen Prabhu and Pooja Mataji's deities. It's already 1 year, they're welcome. So it is happening in Aparna community, on Saturday morning. So you're all most welcome. You'll see an invite coming from him. So we will celebrate appearance day of Shri Radha Sham Sundar. And on next Sunday we will have Passtime. Passtime. Very cool. I think that's it. It's quite a lot. Right? And we still have some more days of Kartik month left. We have reached 394 sets right now. Is that the number? 6 more sets will make it 400. I know numbers don't matter, but numbers matter. Our goal is to cross 443 because that was last year, but that's okay. We will see how much it goes. So if anybody got ecstatic hearing Radha Kund Leela and you want to serve Radha Kund, because Radha Kund is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's another way of serving Srimad Bhagavatam, that you can sponsor a Srimad Bhagavatam set for a Brahmana, or you can take a Srimad Bhagavatam set for yourself. And the best personality you can approach for that is sitting here. Subhara Prabhu, you can lift your hand once. Yes, you can meet Prabhuji and he will tell you how to sponsor or how to take a Bhagavatam set for yourself in this month of Kartika Mas. And Bhadrachalam Yatra is happening on 14th and 15th of December. For that also there is a group message sent. Please start registering for that. It's a very small yatra, not a yatra as an yatra. We are going on 14th to Bhadrachalam. And 14th night, we will, by afternoon we'll go to Bhadrachalam. It's 8 hours drive from here. Morning bus we will arrange and everybody can get in and reach Bhadrachalam by 1 o'clock or so. Have lunch prasadam and take nice bath in Godavari in Bhadrachalam, right? And then if time permits we can go to Panchavati nearby and take darshan of Kodandarama, right? And also the darshan of the Ramadas's exchange, bhajans and the ornaments that Ramadas made for Lord Ram for that temple. There is a huge pastime of Ramadas. And the coins that Lord Ram brought from the spiritual world and gave it to the Mughal emperor to release Ramadas. That coin is there even now. You can see that coin. The gold doesn't belong to the material world. That gold comes from spiritual world. Right? So that coin is still there. I think I've done enough marketing of Bhadrachalam. So you all can choose to come. So 14th and 15th morning is the event when 300 plus Brahmanas, actually 400, close to 400 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam will be distributed on the foothills of Ramachandra on Bhadrachalam temple. Very cool. So you all can witness that. And by 1 o'clock it will get over on 15th. And 2 o'clock you all will board the buses again and will come back to Hyderabad or Bhagyanagar by 10 p.m. Yeah? So that is Bhadrachalam Yatra. If you all are attracted, motivated, inspired, you can find another 6 Bhagavatam sets. One person can lift your hands and 400 is done right now. Is anybody inspired? Haribol, take a Bhagavatam. Haribol, Prabhuji is giving one set. Hare Krishna, Rakesh Prabhu ki jai. Haribol. Yeah. So 395. So 5 more to go. Raju Prabhu is, huh? Yourself, 2 and 1. Haribol, 3 Haribols to Raju Prabhu and Krishna Mataji family. Haribol. And your friends' names, Prabhu? Huh? Ram Bharat Prabhu. Ram Bharat Prabhu ki?
Has to come to Madras.
Has to come to Madras. Who is the other friend? Acha, okay. Hare Krishna. So reach 398. 2 more sets and we'll touch 400 mark. Who is there? Who is ready? Anybody? Your Mataji's? ఎవరన్నా ఒక సెట్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చారంటే ఇచ్చారు, మీరు తీసుకోవాలంటే తీసుకోవచ్చు. We can give it to your parents. You can give it to your parents also. You can give it to your friends also. You can take it for yourself also. And if you have Bhagavatam, you will read Bhagavatam. If you don't have Bhagavatam, you cannot read Bhagavatam. As simple as that. So keep Bhagavatam in your house and one day you'll start reading. So 398. Huh? Prabhu, you already sponsored. Haribol, Chaitanya Dev Prabhu is sponsoring another 2 sets. Haribol! So we already touched 400. See? Krishna Lila, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Madhav Gopinath Prabhu said another 50 sets from his side, so we touched 450. I got them. So Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu has already inspired others and he also sponsored 5 sets already. Prabhu has gone 2 more. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. On behalf of your son. Prabhu, your son's name I forgot. Sri Krishna. Haribol. Sri Krishna Prabhu ki jai. Right? So Prasanna Mataji will be very happy hearing this news of Prabhuji sponsoring so many Bhagavatam sets. She used to love Krishna Leelas, to sing nice Krishna bhajans, and she left her body hearing to the bhajan in front of all of us. We're so fortunate to be there at that time. Hare Krishna. So thank you, Prabhuji, for being part of our little family here and encouraging us. And Prabhuji is trying to find so many lands. He all the time has land discussion with me. Prabhu, यहाँ पे land, कुछ करेंगे, temple बनाएंगे. I am the one who is not able to work on it. But thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we all did 400 sets in 2024. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Amazing. So it's all Prabhuji's, many things. Many actually ask me, Hare Prabhu, how you are able to do 400 sets? But they don't understand that it is such a beautiful family of devotees who's doing it. It cannot be done by a single person or anybody like that. It is done by a family. And this is called Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Right? Everybody has done. Mahesh Prabhu. 3 Haribols to Mahesh Prabhu. Haribol. Very clear, Haribol. Loud Haribol. Haribol. Mahesh Prabhu, everybody meets. He is asking, will you take Bhagavatam or no? He is even now doing sessions. God knows how he inspires. So many sets he has inspired. Dasraj Prabhu, Arvind Prabhu, Subbarao Prabhu, Praveen Prabhu is not here, Prasad Prabhu, right? So many sets, every single, Sri Giraj Prabhu, Santosh Saitya Prabhu. I'm only first naming the preaching leaders who are here, who are trying to. So this is what happens, right? This is what happens that when we come together to serve Krishna, 1 and 1 becomes 11, not 2. This is Prabhupada's words. 1 plus 1 is not 2. In spiritual life, 1 plus 1 is 11. Right? So together, when we always start this Bhadra Purnima, we don't know. We just start with 1 or 2 numbers and like, what is that Prabhu? Can you say Prabhu? But see how it has gone till 400. Right? And it might even go further and further and further. But we are doing this to please Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada took Bhagavatam to America and he gave us a message that we should keep Bhagavatam on every house on the planet. And we are doing it to serve him, and many others are doing. Bhadra Purnima target is increasing day by day. Each day, Vaisheshika Prabhu is increasing it, BBT is increasing it. BBT is the heart of Prabhupada. Prabhupada told. BBT is what is BBT? Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust. It is the heart of Prabhupada. Right? And ISKCON is the body of Prabhupada. So if we stop distributing books, Prabhupada's heart will stop. And body will not be alive. So if you want ISKCON to be alive, then book distribution has to happen. It has to happen every. And in the month of December, Oh, Bharati Mataji, yeah, Hare Krishna, I can show that to you. No, this is for her. So this is Archa Vigraha Seva. This is a golden coin donated by Bharati Mataji. Where is Bharati Mataji? She is not here. Hare Krishna. So Bharati Mataji, if you are seeing, this is the reward that is given to you. So this is a sponsorship done. There are different levels of sponsorship. Golden sponsorship, silver, and I don't know, bronze. This is a really expensive sponsorship. She has done for TOVP temple. Right? So it is explained TOVP temple of Vedic Planetarium in Mayapur. So one of the Mataji, actually many devotees here did a lot. But this time in this Kartik Yatra, Subharav Prabhu inspired Bharati Mataji to come to Mayapur by his Bhavatam classes. And Bharati Mataji got inspired to donate a golden coin to TOP temple. Very good. So because of that, I am getting some mercy. Hari, hari, hari.
You wanted to release it somewhere for the center.
So see, this is the heart of a devotee. She did the donation and she is telling she has done it on all our behalf. Hare Krishna. So let us chant 3 Hare Krishna mantras to Bharati Mataji and family. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, I have a desire that we should make a frame of this and keep below that, donated by Bharati Mataji to TOVP, and then we will either keep on her house or here, whichever she wants. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for inspiring. Subhara Prabhu has inspired many sets, more than 50 sets from Prabhuji's side. Hari Bol. Powerful team members. And I am just a minuscule fellow sitting in between, announcing scores. That's all is my contribution. But I am so happy. Personally, me and my wife and my family are so happy that we are around such inspired devotees. If you inspire Padma Mataji, she will touch 1,000 sets also. We are only controlling her. Hare Krishna. So we have next week festivals are there, so please be available. Now we'll do Damodar Ashtam. Hare Krishna. Who wants to sing Damodar Ashtam? My wife is singing Hare Krishna. Anuradha. You can keep it on the screen if that's okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We'll do Narsingarthi before and then we'll do Damodar Ashtakam and we'll close it. Namaste Narasimhaya. नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद, जय ओम विष्णुपाद परम सुप्रभाचार्य स्त्रोत्र ज्वाइन ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, जय ओम विष्णुपाद परम सुप्रभाचार्य स्त्रोत्र ज्वाइन भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। ओम श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, पुण्य क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की, गंगे मैया की, यमुने मैया की, भक्ति देवी की, कलियुग पावन तुलसी महारानी की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ट्रांसजेंडर बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, ट्रांसजेंडर प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Vancha kalpatarusya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki jai. All glories to all devotees who have done so many sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. Taking the number to 400, we cannot name, but all the list is already there with Lord Krishna. I could not name so many others. I mean, I literally named only 4 or 5 of them. But all glories to all devotees and all families. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Damodar has taken prayers key. So you all can sit down and hear the prayers once, and then when Hare Krishna tune starts, you all can get up and start offering the lamp. You can off the fans in the meantime.
Hare Hare